Howdy everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Allen Classic Cars. We're joined again with the 55 Montclair docu-series I'm trying to do, and we're going to be trying to pull the engine and trans. I've already got the engine mounts unbolted. Everything else obviously has been disconnected for a little while. The transmission, crossmember bolts are the only things I have left to take out. And then I'm ready to pull this thing out. I just picked up this engine hoist, which is a really tall, heavy duty SOB for like 200 bucks. I've never seen one of these that's cable driven to actually raise the top end of the hoist. It's a Thurn. This thing's super duper old. If anyone's got any more info on this specific hoist, that'd be awesome. I went to the Thurn website and I couldn't find this specific one at all. But yeah, we're gonna get the engine pulled with the transmission because we need to degrease, pressure wash, scrape, just get this entire engine bay cleaned up, as well as get the new engine ready to go in, which is why you see yellow over here. Because originally these Mercuries had yellow on their engines. So because I pressure washed this and degreased this, I noticed that the water pump housing had yellow in it still, as well as a little bit of this orangey red. It kind of blends. So I'm going to do the water pump original yellow. It's going to go on there to like blend in. And then the valve covers are going to be the original Mercury valve covers from this engine. The valve covers yellow and the letters were originally red. So I'm in the middle of trying to get those cleaned up and ready for paint. I am not a paint expert. I am not an artist. I just use a rattle can, make it look good enough, throw it in, and call it a day. So, without further ado, let's get this bad boy pulled out. Alright, let's see if we can get this bad boy out of here. Got the 2 bolts that I could find for the cross member unbolted. So let's see if we can get this engine out. Trying to get the engine mounts to come straight up. They don't want to. Come straight up and they just catch. Probably going to end up being easier to take off the other 2 bolts for the engine mount on one side. There we go. But like I said, this thing's old and, you know, it's going to make a lot of creaking noises. So let me get those 2 bolts off real quick and then we'll be right back. All right, got those 2 bolts out. Now let's see if I can get some momentum on her. I got a little one out here now. Say hi.
Hi. And then there's nothing with the engine up?
Yes, it does.
Wow.
What is the transmission?
Cool.
Stuck on. Okay, transmission's stuck on something. Because it is not wanting to go forward, but it's going up now. Don't go too far into the firewall. Let's bring it back down a little bit. Okay, let's go underneath and see what's going on down there with the transmission now. Okay, so this is the cross member, these old Mercuries, and I took out the 2 bolts, as you can see, and the plate fell off, but I don't see any other way that this thing's bolted on. So I gotta try and figure out how that's gonna come off real quick, because it is not budging at all. So give me 1 second to dive around and figure out what the heck's holding that in place, and we'll be right back. All right, figured it out. we had 2 bolts and 2 nuts holding each other together that was literally underneath a ½ inch to 1 inch of dirt, dust, and grease and grime and just grootiness. So, got those 2 out. Transmission moves freely now. Should be able to jack this thing up and get her out. Let's go.
Good
Back
job,
up, little
Dad.
man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Let's see how she does. Hey, watch out. Hey, go step over there, please. Yeah, you got some movement now. Watch this rod. You're helping by supervising, little man. That's your job right now, okay? Oh. I guess transmissions. Oh, geez. Well.
Oh. Huh.
They got transmission fluid pouring out. Hey, at least we know she had some. I didn't even think she had any in there. Oh. I don't want you to get covered. Well, that should catch about 1 quart after there's already been 1 gallon right now. Okay. What are we hung up on? That's under a lot of tension. What are we caught on? Trying to see what we're caught on, and I don't really see anything that is catching. Oh, it's just the transmission though. Huh? Okay. Dad is going to pop this off real quick because that's binding. That's not what's catching, but that's binding. I do not need to break that. Okay, let me get this unbolted real quick and figure out what is binding up in the back, and then we'll get it pulled out. I promise. Okay, finally back, got it unstuck. Turns out the extension housing of the transmission was just caught up on the cross member. And because this is a 50s car, the cross member is non-detachable because it's welded into the frame. But as you can see, I've got her out, not stuck. All we gotta do is hoist her up and pull her all the way back. So y'all really didn't miss much but me going struggling and some obscenities that come with working the car. Okay. Looks like it's no longer draining, so I can definitely. The heck is my child doing upstairs? I don't know if y'all heard that. Oh, he's chasing the cat, I bet. We recently got a cat, and the boy loves the cat, and apparently loves to chase the cat. And this is still draining. So, I'm gonna let this finish draining for a little bit, and then we'll be right back to get this thing washed out of the way. I gotta move some of the stuff out of the way anyway. Well, dang, I forgot to hit record when I pulled it out. But, got her pulled out. No complications after getting that extension housing, or the tail shaft. This is very long. It was caught up in between like here and here on that cross member, and just didn't want to slide forward easily at all. But got her forward, got her out, got a little firewall type scrapage. Stabbing this thing back in is going to be a huge pain in my butt, because I'm doing all this solo. Oh, it's just not going to be fun. But now the game plan, clean up this grease monkey, grease monster, whatever you want to call it. And because it is just, it's caked so bad. Clean it up, take it off, get rid of, or push aside this block, mount up the good block, and then throw everything back together and start plumbing everything. But I have to clean this too, because it is grossly caked with gunk everywhere. So we got the engine pulled. All that I'm going to do is clean it. I'll record it, and then I'll probably will end up throwing it in this video. If not, it'll be its own little montage pressure wash video. So yeah, if I don't throw it in this one, see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching the little docu-series. If the new owner happens to watch this in the future, congratulations, you got an awesome car, and I'm jealous. Alright, so I'm not going to end the video right there, because I'm going to show you guys a little bit of pressure washing real quick, just for y'all's entertainment. I meant to hit record when I was doing the engine bay, and I completely forgot and just started going at it. So I'll show you all the clean engine bay, and then I'll show you all the pressure washing I'm going to do on the transmission. But first, in here, all that gunk and grime, not the cat litter of course, but all the gunk and grease and dirt and disgustingness, all of that came off of this transmission alone. This thing was caked right here, right over here somewhere. Yeah, right up in here. It was about an inch deep of just grease. I didn't even know there was a bolt over there to take it off the engine, because it was so thick with grease and grime and dirt and grossness. But now she's relieved of that, and now she's going to get pressure washed to be very clean to go back in. And the engine bay is significantly cleaner. It ain't perfect, but it's as perfect as I can get it. That's all I care about. It was inches upon inches of grease. You can still see some buildup that I just can't get off. I've tried 4 different degreasers, and this is the best that I can get it. It was atrocious in here, and now it looks absolutely great. I'm gonna set up the camera real quick, and we're gonna get to pressure washing. I'm actually gonna compare 2 different gunks. I'm gonna compare half of this with the original and the other half with the heavy duty, and we can try and see which one might do a cleaner job. All right, first one's gonna be the original gunk. See how well this one does in comparison to the heavy duty. Alright, let that soak for a couple minutes. And then go ahead and hit the pressure washer. You want that soak so it can actually like eat into whatever grease is there for a couple minutes. So we'll be right back. All right, it's been a few minutes. Let's go ahead and try and get this thing to look good. There's only an electric pressure washer, so it's not going to be the most powerful thing in the world. Oh, just so everyone's aware, it's about 34 degrees outside right now. Okay. Oh, that's side one. And it definitely cleaned. It wasn't perfect, but it did get it a lot cleaner than it was. So let's go ahead and throw down that heavy duty stuff. See if I can get it a little cleaner though. Boom, heavy duty. This is more like a gel, so it really sticks. Cool. Give that a few minutes, let it eat in there, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right, heavy duty pressure wash, let's go. Well, doesn't seem to be much of a difference at first. So it's really not that different. So the heavy duty is like an extra $1 or $2 than the original, and they don't seem to do much of a cleaning difference so far. So that's kind of disappointing. Yeah, I really don't see much of a difference here at all, honestly. Like, for the money you're spending, you might as well just stick with the original. Or if you have better than gunk, use that. So now I'm going to do one last thing, and that's combine both of them. See if that works. Alright, let's let that soak for another 5 minutes and see where that goes. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and see if both of them at once makes a difference or not. Not sponsored, by the way, just to preface that. Alright, well, yeah, I prefer other degreasers over that. I don't know which one's better, but there's ones that are a little bit better than Gunk for the heavy duty stuff. So Gunk, y'all gotta step y'all's game up. Get some stronger stuff in there. That's gonna actually do it for this episode. Went ahead and did a little catch up, engine pool, some pressure washing and degreasing. So stick around for the docu-series where I'm trying to get through every step of getting this car back together and back on the road so she can do what she does best, and that's cruise. So stick around. If you like, go ahead and subscribe, please. It helps a lot. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.